a fox. All this time, he was a fox! What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys this week's chapter on One Piece called Once Upon a Fox. And oh man, what an amazing way to twist things around here. Gyukimaru's actual true form is a fox named Onimaru that can transform into a human being. Is he similar, or did he take the powers or copy the powers of Blackbeard's crew member Devon, who has the power of the Yubi fruit, the nine-tailed fox fruit, a mythical zone type devil fruit? Is Onimaru like maybe a devil fruit user too? Is that why he could transform into Gyukimaru? I don't know. All I know is I was surprised to find this out, and just for the record, I'm sure we all were able to figure it out before he actually transformed into his true form, Onimaru. But also, not only that, we also learned about the connection Gyukimaru / Onimaru has with Kawamatsu. For you see, in this chapter, we had Kawamatsu first having a little reunion there with Hiyori, and the fact that he's still treating her like a child, and Hiyori's just like saying, "I am not a child, quit treating me like a child." And yet that way she was acting, it was pretty much saying, yeah, just that. And basically we get pretty much also our first actual flashback into the past of Wano, more like the past of Wano on Kawamatsu's side, because as we know, he already left him some time ago. He went off searching for her until he came across Ringo, and it was there that he actually met Onimaru. But it's more to it than that. As he was telling this tale to Hiyori, he was letting her know how in Ringo there was a late daimyo by the name of what was that guy's name again? Oh yeah, Shimosuke, yeah, I'm sorry guys, Shimosuke Yoshimaru, yeah, Shimosuke Yoshimaru, who was also a great warrior samurai, and he also had a family after the name of him, of Shimozuki. And what it was Onimaru was a companion of that family, and they were one of the toughest fighters out there, but eventually, just like everyone else in Wano, they were brought down by Kaido, and Onimaru was the only one left. All the other warriors there died. But more to it than that. In Ringo, those who were born there were given a sword. They lived with their sword. So all the warriors in that village died. Their swords were used as grave marks as they were resting in peace. It was there that, but not only that, since those swords were so famous and famous and like popular and stuff, grave robbers came all over the place. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm starting to think, is this where maybe Ryuma was also so buried too? Because that's what was popping through my head during this entire thing, and I'm seriously saying that, guy. But not only that though, what else? But not only that though, like I said, grave robbers would always come there, but Onimaru was the only one left standing, and there he was, and battling all these guys until Kawamatsu made his way into that village where those two encountered each other there. And first, and let me get off track here for a minute, because I'm sure some of you guys are thinking just the same thing I was thinking, or if not, at least tell me that by looking at Onimaru, did he not remind you of a famous game character by the name of Amaterasu from the game Okami? Please tell me you guys are thinking that crossed your minds if it did not. Because yes, I know that Amaterasu is a white wolf and Onimaru is a fox, but come on, how Onimaru is designed, you cannot say that in somewhere in your mind, it was crossing your mind that did he not remind you in some way of Amaterasu? Because he definitely sure did for me. And because that's exactly I mean, I didn't think of it right off the bat, but as time passed, I was like, wait, now I see what he reminded me of. But that now aside, let's get back on track here. So what we Kawamatsu already knew about all the graves and all the history of Ringo, but since he also knew of the great battle that was to take place 13 years later during the time this flashback happened, but in the present time, it's now getting closer to that time. What he knew was that they were going to be needing many warriors who were going to be coming, and they needed weapons. So as much as he didn't like how he was doing what he was doing, and Onimaru didn't like it either. When Onimaru saw him taking the swords out of their graves and stuff, he tried to attack him because he thought he was robbing their graves, and he kind of was, but for a great purpose. He didn't like Kawamatsu. He even kept telling Onimaru that, I know you're mad, but try to understand, a great battle will take place and we need weapons, and I don't want any of these grave robbers to take these weapons away when we will need them in the future. Very smart by Kawamatsu, but really got Onimaru on his side was when he talked about he's doing this to pay for his sins of not protecting Hiyori. He lost Hiyori, and he felt, and not to mention, he failed Oden by not helping him, so he feels like this can at least make up for what he forgot. I mean, not forgot, but didn't do. Fulfill his mission in protecting Hiyori and protecting Oden. And that's what got Onimaru to listen to him. And it was also during that time that we learned of where Gyukimaru's name came from. It actually came from Kawamatsu himself. He was the original one who came up with that idea, and why people should never cross the bridge to Ringo, because grave robbers were still after those weapons in the grave. and all I gotta say is good on you, Kawamatsu, for doing just that. And here's the thing, like I said, while this story was going on, he was telling Hiyori the entire thing. But while all that was going on, did they finally find Zoro, who had been chasing Gyukimaru and following him through his trail of blood, that Zoro came across a building, and inside that building housed the weapons that Kawamatsu and Onimaru had hidden away from the grave robbers to be protected until the time was right for warriors to get them. Now, and with it, he also let Kinemon know, and so they now got some weapons for them to fight in battle. All those famous blades that were from Ringo's samurais that passed away, they're all there and waiting to be ready for battle. But speaking of swords, this is where we learn something from Hiyori. So Hiyori had found out that Zoro's sword that was stolen was Shisui, Ryuma's sword, and she asks Zoro to give it back to him. Of course, Zoro doesn't want to, but there's the catcher here. Hiyori, she says that she can give him another sword that's even better than that one. Why? Because this sword not only belonged to her father, the sword is named Inima, but also it is the only blade to ever damage Kaido, to ever give him his own one and only scar. That's right, guys. If you've seen Kaido, you've seen that scar right there on the left of his torso. Yes, that scar right there is the only thing to damage him. Does this mean we're gonna get Zoro versus Kaido? Oh my god, I cannot wait. The only sword to ever damage Kaido and versus Zoro. I'm psyched now, man. And not only that, but this really shows how much Hiyori has trust in Zoro. And I may be going crazy here, but she and Zoro, their relationship is somewhat similar to Luffy and Boa Hancock's. Now, because Hiyori, when she was being Komorosuke, I think that's what she was called back in earlier chapters. She was being all mean and stuff. Of course, she did it only because these other guys were being mean. But to see her being the way she is with Zoro kind of holds a similarity reminder to Luffy and Bo Hancock's relationship. other than the fact that Hiyori hasn't like fallen madly in love with him and stuff, but she trusts Zoro to such a degree that she will actually give her father's sword to him. Wow. So think about it, guys. Gyukimaru revealing his true identity as Onimaru, the fox that fought alongside the Suzuki family. And speaking of which, I'm starting to think that other samurai out there, the one that was part of the Red Scarbers, I'm thinking he's part of this family. Maybe he is, but still, I hope Onirashu can come to this battle too. Being because him as Gyukimaru, he put up a good fight against Zoro, so we could have a really good ally in him. Hopefully so, because right now Kawamatsu thinks he's dead or has left or something because he doesn't know Gyukimaru and Onimaru are one in the same. But definitely, guys, what a great reveal of things. Hiyori passing on her sword, the only sword to ever give Kaido that scar on his left torso, and Gyukimaru's true identity. What an amazing chapter, guys. I'm just gonna give that one a 5 out of 5 stars because it was amazing. I love the story behind it. Everything was awesome. But definitely let me know what you guys thought of it. And if you're enjoying my videos, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!